back to the kitchen. Oh, it's a busy night, and I'm not sure how long this video is going to go, but I am just going to go ahead and start on what I have planned for dinner here. I am making some Schweinsschnitzel, pork schnitzel, and I've made this before. I think it's been almost 2 years ago now, but it got a little smarter this time around, and I'm amply prepared to take this all the way through. I'm making Spaetzle to go with the schnitzel, and so that is already, the batter is already mixed up and ready to go. And I have some water, or actually chicken broth, that I brought to a boil and took off the burner because when I'm ready to cook the Spaetzle, once these cutlets are ready, since it's really quick to cook Spaetzle, I'll go ahead and get that water back up to a boil and then cook those off, and then we are ready to roll. So I am going to go ahead and get this little burner going. Well, I'm going to wait for a minute. First, I'm going to start by marinating these pork cutlets. And certainly delicious, but we marinate in lemon juice. So I'm just going to pound out these cutlets. You know, this is actually pretty satisfying on a rough evening. I don't want to get super thin, but thin enough to where it'll cook very quickly and evenly. I am flattening out the meat so it cooks quick and evenly. Usually I put this between 2 pieces of saran wrap, but I decided to use Ziploc bag. Oh, still needs to go on this because it's a little tougher to take the hits here. Now again, this is a portion of the pork cutlets, or the pork tenderloin roast that I made on Sunday. I cut off or reserved 4-inch thick slices to make this very dish. So we're getting our fill of pork dishes this week. Certainly probably not what you expected when you clicked on this live feed. And one more to go. Bag is holding up great. Right. Oh, sure. All right, there we are. We have a mandarin orange juice box assist happening here. Okay. And there we are. What we're going to do is we're just going to add this the juice of this lemon. What I did too is the lemon, you know, it felt quite firm, and so I just kind of, same type of thing, just kind of beat it against the countertop to soften it up and squeezed it. I've seen that people will put their lemons into the microwave for a little bit to render as much juice as possible. Get the seeds out here. As much as possible. Ooh, there's some seeds that made it in. Not to worry. It won't matter not one bit. Certainly, if you want to render the most juice possible, you just use a little juicer. Right there, my love. You say?
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome. Enjoy. I don't have any music on tonight because my kiddo was just feeling the Barney show, and so I'm listening to some pleasant kids tunes in the background. It was quite a day, and so I find that sometimes it is quite nice to cook in a little bit of silence too. Okay. For those of you who are not in the United States, you may not be familiar with Barney, but he's a very sweet, friendly pink dinosaur, and his show is just full of really sweet lessons about friendship and life and caring, and it's something to show my daughter has just loved her entire life. All right. Now some of them will get kind of pounded out flat, or as thin as I'd like, but it'll be good. Wherever this finds you in the world, I hope you're well and enjoying your week so far. Wonder what the weather's doing in other parts of the world, in the Pacific Northwest. We've had just amazing, beautiful weather. Sunny. We even reached the 80s last weekend. It sounds like we're going to dip down into the freezing temps starting tomorrow. I found myself actually turning on the heater last night just to kind of take the chill out of the room. All right, so we'll let that marinate for a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Well, the last bit, how could I forget that? The breadcrumbs. Must excuse myself for 1 minute. Pardon me. All right. Oh, it looks like we have a couple of folks in the room. Hello. I am making Schweinsschnitzel, or pork schnitzel and Spaetzle. We just pounded it out flat, and we're marinating it in a little bit of lemon juice. I'm going to get the breadcrumbs rolling here. There have been times in my life where I've been ambitious enough to make the breadcrumbs from scratch. It's certainly easy, but I find myself leaning toward the panko lately. Okay, so to bread these cutlets, we are going to do 3 dips. It's basically a double breading, just like I do with most of my breaded cutlets or meat. We just have a little bit of flour. Hello. I'm going to actually season the flour with some salt as well. That's called panko. Yeah, it's like a breadcrumb. It's what makes the...
But is that really...
Oh, don't touch it. It's raw meat. That is pork.
It smells sour.
It sure is. It's covered in lemon juice.
Lemon.
Lemon juice. All right, so we have seasoned flour and also some beaten eggs. It has been a long time since I've made this.
I swallowed with the lemon.
Oh, don't do that.
It didn't hurt.
Well,
Ooh, what are you doing?
I am beating the eggs so it's all ready to dip.
You do this to do.
Oh, you have your wings on. Oh, I suppose I am in a bit of a hurry because we do have a friend coming over who is joining us for dinner tonight. And I wanted to do this as a surprise, but gosh, I'm just kind of behind the 8 ball all day. But that's the beautiful thing. Once the meal is ready to go, just breathe through it, take time. And be able to settle in with some good food, and it kind of makes everything much better. All right. Medium-high heat is what we're going for. And I have a combination of butter and olive oil in the pan. And what that does is it actually imparts a beautiful flavor into the cutlet because of the butter. And the oil also kind of offsets the temperature of the butter so it doesn't burn, especially when you're sauteing something. That's really kind of a neat trick I learned many years ago. And sometimes I just plain forget about it. Or I forget to do this. But I guess I haven't pan fried a whole lot of foods lately. When life does get really busy, certainly what we eat kind of stays the same. But the process of making a meal from scratch, from start to finish in one evening, I start to miss that because I end up doing a lot of pre-cooking and prepping in advance, and it just kind of breaks the cooking time up and the cleaning time. But I really do like it when I could take the whole process from A to Z in one night. So this is kind of a special treat. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to mix it up here. Okay, get that going. I'm going to go ahead and bread these cutlets and put them in one at a time. First, dip it in the egg. Coat both sides. Dip it in the flour. Certainly easy to do with fingers too, but feeling tongs tonight. This double breading is awesome because as you pan fry, it's going to separate, the breading is going to separate from the cutlet. One thing you could do as well is put these on a plate and put them in the refrigerator for a little bit to firm up. And since I am in kind of a bit of a hurry, I'm just gonna pop them in the pan as I go here. It's gonna be kind of a tight squeeze. I have some German fruits actually. I am pretty much quarter German, I suppose, by heritage. And I don't have any living relatives, but I do wish that I had been able to learn the ways of German cooking and cuisine, because I know that when I eat it, whew, it is like a special kind of comfort food. I don't know how to explain it, but I'd love to be able to properly make a schnitzel by a family recipe. That'd be so neat. Really fast and yum.
Daddy's not real.
No, he's not. But
I miss him.
ah,
Mario.
what, baby?
I used to call him Mario.
Was his name Mario?
I realized not me.
Okay. Looks like I did it about correct with the dry ingredients this time. Just one more cutlet left. That goes down nicely. Okay. I am not sure if you celebrate Halloween, but that is right around the corner. We're sure excited, especially with these beautiful temps. I just keep hoping that they stick around just long enough for the kiddos out trick-or-treating.
I love trick-or-treating.
Yeah, you do. It's going to be kind of a special holiday for trick-or-treating, because it'll actually be the first time where my kiddo will trick-or-treat in a neighborhood. We've always gone into downtown. They have some neat little festivities. The kiddo is you. That's right. So it'll be kind of fun to go door to door. She's never had that experience before. All right. I was able to fit all of the meat. That's good news.
to be. Except the blue one was supposed to be in the middle, but the star, and the star was on top, so it fall down. But then the blue piece fall down, and that part fall down. But I couldn't find it, so I just put the blue one on there and the star on there.
You know, I actually found one today when I was cleaning. Look. Oh, did you see it already? It was right there.
Oh, that was this one.
Oh, hey! Ooh, you know where it was? It was on the craft table.
Yeah, I put it there.
Hey!
I couldn't watch it. Did it go something else? Just to my mind. It was when I was making a stick.
What we have here is an overcrowded pan. And
You
that,
like this?
wow.
I just made it.
I do. I'm gonna knock the heat back. Yeah, I have an overcrowded pan.
I just made it. I just made it. It is colored.
I see.
I did watercolor.
You know what I'm going to do, since it is setting up pretty quickly, I'm going to preheat the oven. Will you go out to the door, sweet pea? Please?
Yes, I saw it.
And I am going to pop this in the oven to finish off and focus on the Schnitzel. Just go at 350. All right. Now with the Spaetzle, this is kind of a, I don't have the special tool to make it properly, but I did find a neat little tip online. This is just a pizza rack. So it has the perforation. What you do is you prepare your batter to the point where it's kind of this kind of consistency. You use a spatula, and bit by bit you just put a scoop of the batter right here, and you use a spatula to push it through the holes, and it drops into the broth. Once it starts to float, it's ready, and you just skim it off with a slotted spoon, and then when it's all done, you do it in a couple of batches depending on how much batter you have. But when it's all done, you just mix it up with a little bit of butter and parsley, and voila. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I'm sorry you're not going to get to see the bit, but our friend is here now, and I need to keep a closer eye on that Schnitzel so I don't go further with a burn. But be well wherever you are in the world, and my best to your health and well-being. Cheers.